Okay, so I finished watching The Promised Land for like the third time, or the episode number 2 of The Promised Land, Sinai. So I watched it initially with my wife, first time, and then the 2 other times by myself. So getting a little more bits and pieces out of it every time I watch it. So I enjoy watching things more than once. But anyway, I guess my first impression is it was just as funny as the first one. I enjoyed the storyline with Korra, like him. I kind of made the call, like he thought he was gonna be like rulers of like 100 at least, or if not 1,000, and then he ended up getting 10, which like we know from the Bible that he had like 10. There were 10. So I called it. I was like, he'll only be in charge of 10, but yeah. So that was funny seeing how that played out, and I like that, and how just CC ended up in his cohort, and so I thought that was pretty good the way they did that. And then Joshua's storyline of like guarding the puppy guarding the base of the mountain was pretty funny. I really like his character. He's amusing. He's like kind of overbearing, but like in a sweet way. He's just like trying to like, he's like passionate about helping, but he's just a little bit too intense, I'd say. He just needs to learn how to back off a bit and just kind of, you know, read the needs of the group and not be so like overbearing, I would say. But he's coming from a good place. He's got a good heart, I think. So anyway, those are the top 2 storylines that stood out in this episode to me. Actually, I did enjoy the Moses and his kind of unspoken rivalry with his brother, where he feels like he's competing. I don't remember who's older, Moses or Aaron. Probably says in the Bible, but I just don't remember offhand. I don't think they made it very clear in the show, at least not to my recall, who was older. But you could tell Moses, he admired his brother, but they were definitely differently gifted, and so like he was trying to kind of compete, or like he recognized that his brother was like more outspoken and like good with public speaking than he was, and he was trying to like kind of leech off of that and kind of interject his joke off of Aaron, but he just, because he didn't have the skill set, it kind of fell flat, and he was like, yeah, he thought he was good at being funny, and he wasn't. So it was comical, but yeah, it's I definitely relate more with Moses than with Aaron, but yeah, it was a relatable situation, I thought, from Moses, like feeling like, other people that, you know, have these giftings that you admire, but you just feel like you're not able to compete in those realms because you're not gifted that way. So I could relate with that. And then the storyline with what's his name? Sorry, no, it was not a storyline. It was a scene with Aaron and Miriam, and the tribe leader, I don't remember which tribe, was asking Aaron to tell a joke, and he was like, it was regarding Ephraim, and they're like, they wouldn't get it because they're so dumb, and I was like, the backstory to why I found that scene amusing was because when I was actually on set visit for The Promised Land, I got assigned to Ephraim, and so that was like my cohort, and it was just kind of ironic and fitting, because I remember in school, when I was in like high school, and I ended up getting put in like special ed classes for didn't know it at the time, but I have dyslexia, but I basically was in special ed classes for being a slow reader. And so like it kind of felt like a reminisce, a Small World kind of weird fit. Like, oh, this is like full circle. God must have actually led me to be in that tribe, because it kind of fits with my life story in terms of what's happening, because I kind of felt like I was associating in my social groups with the slow groups. So yeah, that was kind of interesting. The joke was kind of hitting close to home for me. So that scene, I didn't catch it the first time I watched it, that it was Ephraim, they said. The joke kind of went past me for some reason, but I caught it like the second or third time I watched it, and it was just like, it was one of those things I had to think about a little bit, and then I made the connection. I was like, huh. Kind of took it as a sign that like God is like, even though I like don't it was kind of a humiliating situation as a kid, like being in that group, but like I kind of took it as a sign that even though I didn't enjoy the experience or whatever, it's kind of something God sent, whether or not it's sent for maturity, for spiritual growth, or I'm not exactly clear on why, but like it definitely felt like, okay, this is something God has sent my way, and I'm not really particularly happy with it, but I can kind of see how he's using it to connect and grow and be a part of my story. So I thought that was kind of a cool like one-off thing. So yeah, and anyway, I really like the scene where Moses was like frustrated and in the sand, and then his wife came over and started pouring sand all over him, and he's like, "That makes me feel better, thank you." And then his brother comes over and like, "What the heck are you doing?" It kind of caught them in like an awkward situation where it's like they're being intimate with each other, and they're like, this is awkward. But I thought that was an interesting and well done scene of kind of juxtaposing the emotional depth and sorrow of somebody, but then like alleviating at the end with like a comical almost nod to like they're being sweet, but it's like the awkward moment is being broken. Anyway, so yeah, those are my highlights for this episode. So yeah, looking forward to next week. See what I'll probably end up watching each episode several times. I've lost track of how many times I've seen the first one. This next one is I don't know. I'm play it week to week, but I'll definitely try and watch it on Wednesdays at least at some point. It's also competing with our small group, so if I don't watch it like right away, it comes out on 2:00 on Wednesdays, which I think I have off on Wednesdays. I know a lot of people are busy at that time on Wednesdays, but I'll try and put out like a video about my thoughts on each episode, kind of like this video. If not Wednesday, probably Thursday, because I work later in the evening on Thursdays. But yeah, that's overall, those are my thoughts. Hope you guys enjoy it like I do, and let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching. Bye.